Valera versus
Alright, up against a warrior.
Victory or death!
I wonder how many weapons he got in his draft. I think the Earthen Ring Farseer we're gonna take away. We need the healing later on rather than early on. And with all the 2s in the deck, theoretically you'd get some in the opening hand, but not to be. This is incredible. I feel as though I have a bit of a drawing curse when it comes to the rogue.
Put this apple on your head.
Cleaning out a knife juggler, okay, sure. We're gonna backstab that. We're not gonna mess around. Knife jugglers are serious business. We'll put out our dire wolf instead. Again, if that was on turn 2 and I had a way to deal with that, then I may not have backstabbed that, but because he used the coin, that was effectively 2 cards for 1 that I just got, so I was pleased to do it. Okay, so he's got the 1. The 1 weapon, anyway. Weapons equals wins for warriors. When I ultimately do a warrior arena draft for you guys, weapons will be among the first thing on my priority list. Alright, I would have been happier if this was turn 4. We could put out the daggers and the bloodsail, but I think we have to put out just the daggers. Hopefully he will hit me in the face with the axe. Wow. He won't. He's smarter than that. Okay, well, then he gets to spend it on
Here we go.
a 3/3 at least. And next turn I guess we'll put out probably the taunt. Okay, Jungle Panther is nice. Unfortunately, the Jungle Panther will take out my taunt. So I wonder if it's the right choice then. See, I don't have any mana efficient options on turn 6, so I want to be mana efficient now. Yeah, I think we will. See, if I put out the blade, what it means is that next turn he'll probably attack with the Panther, and then I can kill it with the blade. I'll take 8 damage in that process, but my taunt won't immediately die. So that's probably the better option.
Here we go.
You call that a weapon?
I'll take that as 10 damage instead, and I will die, or the taunt will die as a product of the Dark Iron Dwarf. But at least he'll take out something of a comparable value anyway.
Here we go.
Okay, just a Yeti and a hero power. Okay, so we could sap here. I think we're going to put out the tiger regardless. And a sap actually wouldn't be so bad as far as tempo is concerned. So I think we are going to do that.
Here we go.
What I mean by that, of course, is that now that I have a creature on the board, we have a tempo advantage. Whereas he has to put things out and has some delayed time before he can attack, so... Okay, he's going to replay the Yeti. Huh. A Murloc Warleader. So what I really would like is the Blade Flurry here. I feel like I always want Blade Flurries. But I think we're going to put down the Crusader and probably the Defias Bandit. The Defias Ringleader, I mean... it is tempting to facelessly manipulate the Murloc Warleader, but I think we won't. We'll use it for removal here. We'll also use the timer for removal now that we're on board.
I can't do that.
No, a Whirlwind would ruin my day here. But whether someone would take that in a draft or not would be... Well, generally speaking, you wouldn't. Unless you already had a lot of cards that would synergize well with it.
Put this apple on your head.
Okay, Knife Juggler. If he plays anything else, he has a good chance. Oh, perfect. Knife Juggler hits the one thing that would not die. Whirlwind would be so good now.
Best deals anywhere.
Okay, perfect. So we're gonna get mad value out of the Tiger. We could also get mad value out of a Blade Flurry here. And by mad value, what I actually mean is that we would get a card out of it, because I think we're gonna do this. And I do like cards. So if I hit the, yeah, I think that is what we're gonna do. We're gonna hit the Knife Juggler. We're gonna Blade Flurry. Get the card. That's a good card to have gotten. We will trade for the Gadget's End. And then we will go on our merry way. Not a bad turn. The Urgent Commander is a nice thing to have in the hand. Also nice to have is the Gadget's End Auctioneer. I don't know how many spells we have left. Perfect, we still have our 5 on the table. Now, did he draft a Shield Slam? Probably not, it's a very rare thing to have drafted. Cold Light Oracle. So, what did I say when we were drafting? I said, you don't tend to take that because you don't tend to give your opponent a card draw when their deck will be deficient in card draw. And our deck is deficient in card draw, right? But instead he just gave us something that may well end up being win condition related. Now the question is here, do we heal ourselves or not? Well, I'm going to take out the gnome myself. I think we are going to take out the Cold Light Oracle, and we'll do it with the Gadget's End Auctioneer. And we'll put a Yeti on the table. Yep. It sucked to not heal ourselves here, but the trade was too good. And nice and efficient there. So he'll finally take out the Tiger here. It's good, we'll trade the Iron Beak Owl for that. Arcanite Reaper. So we need to be very, very conscious of taking any damage now, because of course he will. Oh, no, he's going to control. Okay. You see, if I were him, I probably would have gone for the face there, but I guess he's in dire straits as well. Okay, so first of all, do we win? 14, we have 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and if the Knife Juggler hits, it's 14. So we have a 50% chance of winning. Wait, is that right? I'm missing the dagger, I think. 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh no, we win. Okay. Perfect.
Well, here we go.
Perfect. Okay, up against a Warlock. So at this point, I'm actually fairly happy. I've arbitrarily picked. I don't know why, but oh, perfect. Coin Defias, great start. This is actually a pretty okay hand. I don't mind this. Coin Defias and then into Direwolf is very, very strong. And this will get us past taunts. Yeah, I think I'm actually going to keep this hand. Yeah, I'm happy right now. I've sort of individually, arbitrarily chosen that 5 is a place that I'm happy with in Arena. There's no logic to this. 7 is where I'm really super happy, because 7 is where you replicate your money. You almost assuredly get 150 gold back, so 7 is a very nice place to get. So I would like to get to 7, but 5 is also okay. Oh, that was a complete misplay. I wanted him to be in the middle, but I was going to trade anyway, so it worked out in the end. It flipped around in my hand at the last second there. That was unfortunate. Okay, so there's no good play here. I think that unfortunately we're going to play the Bloodsail without anything. No buff. We could also use the daggers, I guess. Yeah, it won't materially change anything. So I think we will actually do the daggers. And we're going to trade the direwolf. I suppose it's irrelevant, but a little bit more damage on the hero is not bad. We're going to do turn 3 Bloodsail into... Or no, we've done turn 3. We're going to go into Yeti here. Actually, we're going to go into Bloodsail and Ironbeak Owl.
Here we go.
Next turn is Assassin's Blade, unless he does something very spectacular with his 5-drop.
Locked and loaded.
Okay, fair enough. Well, actually, you know what? We're gonna get the bonus tempo and control here.
Looking at me. I've got a huge.
That's funny. It goes both ways.
Get in there and fight, maggot.
Okay, I think the answer is Yeti and Dagger. And the answer is to trade here and to trade here. Keep creatures on the board as much as possible.
To Northrend.
Okay, so we have an Argent Commander. Fair enough. Now, hold on. We don't win, do we? Because if we were to do the Assassin's Blade and Blade Flurry, that's 6 damage. Oh, we're 1 short. We're 1 short. What we could do, though, is Faceless Manipulator. And since he has charge, we would do 8, 9, and then we can Blade Flurry for the surprise win. So actually, that is what we will do.
Here we go.
At this point, we're almost guaranteed to win. In fact, I think we are. I don't think there's any way in which Warlocks can deal 20 damage in 1 turn. At turn 8. Particularly in Arena.
Thank you.
Pit Lord, wow. Well, that's a creative way of doing suicide. Perfect.
Valera versus
Okay, so Wololo is the only thing standing in our way between getting a money positive or money neutral arena, and we have the dream play to begin. So we're gonna hope that it's a good one. Now, the Knife Juggler is actually interesting here. It's unfortunate that we don't have like a backstab in hand or something, because putting out the Knife Juggler first, followed by the Defias Ringleader, would be a very, very strong start if we had a reliable way of comboing it.
Yeah, beat it.
This will be a Knife Juggler next turn, and then Inefficient Daggers on turn 3, and double 3/3 Bloodsail Raider on turn 4. Oh wow. He has overloaded himself such that he will have basically no mana next turn. So that's pretty neat. That was what we would call an overreaction, I think. He set himself up very poorly for the next turn.
Here we go.
Oh wow. That actually was more detrimental to my plans than he could possibly know. That was actually not a bad play. So, huh. Wow, alright. So I guess we're gonna play the Yeti. We could also do the daggers anyway. You know, actually we are gonna do the daggers anyway, but at 1 Bloodsail, and the reason for that is I can efficiently trade here. I can't believe it, man, that pick must have been really bad for him to have picked the Bloodsail Corsair. There are very few instances in which that was useful, and I'm actually pretty sure that that was the only time I have ever experienced in any game that I've ever played where the Bloodsail Corsair has actually done anything at all. Earth Elemental. So if I don't run into my sap here, yeah, that's a bit scary. However, it's overloaded him by 3. And so the backstab and double trade will do well here. And the impact to me will be very minimal, and the impact to him will be very high. To be mana efficient here would be the taunt. And I think we will do it.
Get behind me.
Next turn we'll have 6, so we can do the Yeti and Bloodsail. Although, if we were going to do that, I should not have attacked there. That was a bad play. Okay, so we're going to do the daggers and deadly poison with the Bloodsail. And we will take out the totem ourselves and hit him with the taunt. Next turn could very easily be a sprint if he doesn't do something. This could be a fire elemental to take out the Bloodsail. That would be fine as well. Okay, it's not that. Could be a lightning storm. Could be any number of spells. Yeah, lightning storm. Okay, so the taunt will remain. Oh, they both will remain. That's very bad luck. And he will take out the taunt himself. So, this is a good question. We could do the Yeti, and I guess the Patient Assassin, but I think we're going to sprint here because of how far ahead we are. And I'm not going to attack with the dagger, because I'm going to sort of be hoping for a Blade Flurry. We have plenty to play next turn, so I'm not worried about board presence. Okay, sure. Yeah, okay. So, we can do the Bloodsail and the Earthen Ring Farseer, and that will be 5, and then we could do the Fan of Knives for the card cycle. We could also do the Patient Assassin. There are a whole lot of choices here. Patient Assassin, Bloodsail Raider, and Yeti is strong. Yeah, actually, let's do that.
Go ahead.
And again, we're not going to attack. Next turn, we may, and put out the Assassin's Blade. There's the other fire elementals. Okay, so the Patient Assassin will get a fire elemental for free. I think a Fan of Knives is not a terrible thing here. Well, at the very least, we can do this. And then we can probably do... so 9. Yeah, I'm going to take out the Healing Totem, I guess. I could also suck it up and just take out the Fire Elemental. Maybe that's actually the better choice.
Here we go.
I'm so far ahead. And then we'll put in... because I can't use the Assassin's Blade, it's just good practice not to put up a weapon that you can't use. Just because ooze will ruin your day every time. We will do this.
Ready, sir.
He's getting unlucky with his taunt totems. I think that's probably what he wanted.
Squire, attend me.
Ready, sir.
Actually, if he doesn't clear my board, which he doesn't seem like he'll be able to. Oh, lightning bolt, okay. Never mind. I was going to say if he didn't clear my board, then we won, but it is not to be. We could do Fan of Knives for card cycle. Assassin's Blade will be good. Well, let's do Assassin's Blade, and let's take out the Flame Tongue Totem, because we're basically going to do that anyway. Unless we want a card cycle and hope for a Blade Flurry. Actually, you know, that would win us the game basically outright, so let's do that. Okay, no dice, so instead we're going to hit this. And I guess then we'll take out the big guy.
Here we go.
And we will put down a Swamp Ooze, and hope that he doesn't have a Doom Hammer.
must cleanse the Sunwell.
We hunger for vengeance.
Okay, so he's just going to fill up his board here. Really hoping to top deck Blade Flurry. No, okay. But I do believe we win.
Here
Yep.
we go.
There we go.
Well,
Great. So we're at 7 wins. We're nice and efficient in this arena run. Let's see how much further we can go.
Valir versus Thrall.
Alright, so we have a shaman,
what?
another shaman.
You're back.
We don't have the dream opening this time. Maybe we can manufacture the dream opening. Yeah, we'll keep the Master Swordsmith. He's most useful in the early game anyway. Okay, so no dream for us, but that's alright. Okay, so I think we're going to do the good old trick of daggers followed by bloodsail here.
Here we go.
He'll be looking at me like, why did you coin out daggers? That's a really stupid idea. But you don't know about the synergy. It's all about the synergy.
X marks the spot.
That's funny. That's exactly what we're going to do, except we're going to do it better.
X marks the spot.
Here we go.
Mad synergy. Next turn will be a raid leader, if it survives. Okay, Harvest Golem is a nice strong minion. So, our options here are pretty limited. We either Fan of Knives, which I'm going to save until we beat the Harvest Golem. The other thing is, of course, we could do that. We could hit the Harvest Golem and then Fan of Knives for card cycling. It doesn't do anything for our presence, but we do have the Acidic Swamp Ooze and the Master Swordsmith for the following turn, so that's always not a bad idea. The Bloodsail Raider, it would be okay to get rid of. But I actually like that first plan. Fan of Knives is rarely useful for actually killing things on its own, so we'll do this.
Job's done.
And we have another Harvest Golem. So our Bloodsail went 2 for 1 there, which is all we can ever hope for it. We will do the Acidic Swamp Ooze and Master Swordsmith trick.
Bring me steel.
Next turn we take that out with daggers. Oh, I guess we won't take that out with daggers. Yes, we will take that out with daggers. Although by the same token I could also take it out with the Shattered Sun Cleric. And I think that's probably the better option
You
here.
must cleanse the Sunwell.
It's time.
Here we go.
Job's done.
The reason we did that, by the way, is so that he can't trade efficiently with with either of these creatures. He will probably trade more for the Shattered Sun Cleric, though. He's going to Hex the Swordsmith. That is an incredible overreaction. Okay, and we're about to see a classic case of why we don't take the Thrallmar Farseer in
Here
arena.
we go.
And we'll put out the taunt.
Get behind me.
Job's done.
You call that a weapon?
Okay, nice and easy. Now we could be fairly daring here with our sprint play. We could put down sprint and get a bunch of cards, but I think it's actually smarter here to sap the Dark Iron Dwarf. Even though I don't like to give him another buff, I would like to do that, get it out of the way. And we'll play down the Tiger. We're going to play super conservative here and keep his board clean, especially because we have more cards than it looks like we have. And I want to make sure that he doesn't have very many tools. Novice Engineer, sure. So Raid Leader is going to be a strong choice here.
You call that
Yeah, okay. So we can evenly trade with the Dark Iron Dwarf with the Tiger. And if we have the Raid Leader out, we can actually trade off his whole board. We can also use daggers. So, yeah, we're actually going to do that. We're going to use the Scarlet Crusader, the Raid Leader, and daggers. We'll take out one of these ourselves. We'll take out one of these ourselves. We'll take out this with the Tiger, and we'll take out this, take the taunt into his face. Next turn is certainly Sprint, unless he gives me a reason not to. Frost Elemental on the Raid Leader. Or no, on the Tiger, okay. The arrows are very misleading. It's one of those things in this new patch that's sort of strange. Now see, that is why you do the tokens, or do the totems first. If he was smart about that, he would have done the totem and been able to kill my taunt with the Raid Leader. Or the taunt with a Lightning Bolt, rather. I think we are going to sprint here. We're going to control the board, and we'll sprint.
Join or die.
Okay, and actually we're going to put out the Defias Ringleader. It was happy thing to luck into.
Here we go.
Okay, Leper Gnome. Leper Gnome, for the record, is not a terrible choice in Arena, but for exactly this reason, it's also not a great choice in
Feel
Arena.
the power of the wind.
Okay, Wind Fury to the card that will not live past one turn. The way we're going to get rid of that, I guess, is with the Scarlet Crusader.
Join or die.
And, let's use the Stormpike Commando here. We can take out the Leper Gnome. And then we'll backstab the Windspeaker. Yeah, we'll backstab the Windspeaker, and we'll put out a Yeti. The other thing that we could do here is Dagger Bloodsail, but Yeti has a higher impact at the moment. Okay, Hexing on the Yeti.
Let the pain speak to me.
Now I think we win here, even with that taunt.
You're looking at me.
Yes. 8 plus... Yep, no, we're good.
Well played.
To Northrend! Ready!
Join or die.
Victory!
There we go. Great. 8 wins and counting.
Valera!
Okay, so we have a Druid here.
I must protect the wild.
Okay, we have a Dream hand again. Although, to be fair, it would have been much more dreamy if we had the coin. I think actually a large part of our success has been due to the fact that we have had the coin in a large number of these matches. Rogues do exceptionally well with the coin. But I think here what we're going to do is turn 2 Dagger, turn 3 Bloodsail, turn 4 Direwolf, and Defias Ringleader. That's the goal.
Here we go.
Could do turn 3 Scarlet Crusader. Would be more theoretically efficient, certainly stickier. Let's do this, and then we can do Bloodsail Raider and Defias Ringleader next turn. And then pump them up with the Direwolf. It sort of throws a bit of a wrench in the perfect combo curve works, but I'm okay with that. Okay, that's a minion that we can easily take out for free. And move fill the board here.
Join or die. Here we go.
Okay, this is a very strong place to be in turn 4. However, it is quite vulnerable to a swipe. A swipe would hurt, and leave only the Defias Ringleader alive. Yep. That is the problem with overcrowding, but that's okay. We have a number of 5 drops that we will do here. Coining out Claw, right. Really quite interested in clearing out the board. We'll put out the taunt now. We could also put out the stealth minion. This is actually probably better because next turn we can put the stealth minion behind the taunt. And he has very few ways of actually hurting it. Okay, sure. So I think the best play is still the Booty Bay Bodyguard. The unfortunate part is that it just trades 1-for-1 with the Darkscale Healer, but that's okay. Now I could trade with the healer here. You know, I'm okay with that. Now, it's vulnerable to swipe. If I do that, then one swipe will kill everything. But it does prevent him from buffing that up with a Mark in the Wild or something similar. So we'll do that. Just hope he didn't draft a lot of swipes. Force of Nature. Okay, so we'll clear my board with this. I'm happier for wasting a Force of Nature, though, than using a swipe. Just because it's such a high-value card. This turn, I think, we will do I guess a Yeti and Daggers, so that we can use the Bloodsail the most efficiently next turn. For all the action that's happened on the board, both of our health totals are quite high, which is bad, because this deck is quite aggressive, and we wanted their health to be down lower by now. Ancient War in taunt mode. So we're going to face this Manipulator that. Now, if we hit that with the Yeti, as well as myself, it suddenly dies to a trade with my taunt minion. But I think we're going to save it, because I don't think there are a lot of ways he can get rid of my board right now. A Starfall would help, but it wouldn't do very much. An Ironbark Protector, sure. Just get all sorts of taunts going on. Well, so what we're certainly going to do is put down the Direwolf. The question is just how. Well, if the Yeti's going to die, then what we can do is Direwolf in between these two, hit the larger Ancient OG, okay. Well, we're going to have to do this a little bit on the go. Let's see here. Like so, like so. Do some trading here. I'm not so sad about this.
Here we go.
Okay. Well, that was quite the turn. Now, Starfall would bring it back to not as good a place, but I do like where we are.
The gates are open.
He just drafted nothing but taunts.
Mind if I roll need?
Okay, so I think we have a fairly obvious play here, being that it is the only card that we have. And then I guess we'll trade easily. Like so. And we'll just walk into him here.
Here we go.
Now I actually have lethal on the board, funny enough. So we'll see what he does here. Power of the Wild, okay.
A natural mistake.
Oh, that was... Oh, I see.
My shield for Argus.
Good lord. He has drafted every taunt in the known universe. Okay, how do we do this? So, if I hit the Violet Teacher... Well, I could actually take this out myself, and then we're losing 2 creatures either way. So, yeah, let's do this.
Here we go.
We'll put out the Acidic Swamp Ooze. We'll take out the... Is that right? Because that's 7, that's 11. It puts my taunt down to 1 health if I take it out with this. But if I don't, I'm wasting 2 creatures. Yep, no, so we're definitely going to do this. Molten Giant. If he has another taunt in there. Like, how many giant taunts have we had to get through? Ancient of War, Ironbark Protector, the 2 Defender of Argus guys here, the Lord of the Arena. Oh, come on. This is the most annoying thing. Okay, well, we're just going to silence that, and I think we win. In fact, we do.
Well played.
That was a wonderful top deck. Wow. By far the most annoying deck to fight against in this draft so far.
Valera versus
Okay, another shaman.
For Doomhammer.
Watch your back.
Another coin start. So we're going to get rid of Sap and the Big Game Hunter and even the Owl, I think. The Swordsmith is okay, so we'll keep that. We're gonna dig aggressively for the Defias Ringleader here, and we get nothing but cards we can't play until later. Good. Hopefully we'll top deck something good. And we don't. We've got most of the deck's late game sitting in my hand. So we will open up with the Swordsmith here. And then next turn, perhaps we can coin out a Yeti. I think that's not a bad idea. Okay. So we're gonna coin out a Yeti.
It's time.
Having a 5/5 on the table this early is just so strong.
Me and Mr. Whitey.
Okay, so we don't have a lot of good options. I guess we'll Dagger and Ironbeak Owl, but I don't like that very much. The only other alternative is the Raid Leader, which is not something I really want here. I want the Dagger to be able to do this. Neither of these 2 creatures can actually kill my Yeti. But I think actually that I do want to clear the board. As with Constructed in Arena 2, you just really don't want the Shaman to have a board at all.
Not a morning person.
Now, that Unbound Elemental was a value elemental, which he will pick back up. Very good. That's a good pick. As you go further in Arena drafts, you will naturally encounter decks that are much better put together. Just as a function of people doing well with them.
Here we go.
Yep. As you go on in Arena, they don't perfectly match you, but they will never put you as somebody with 9 or 10 wins up against somebody with 1 or 2. They tend to put it in the same band. Okay, Lightning Bolt, we'll take them both out. Or Lightning Storm, rather. Good time to use it. I think the Tiger is strong here. The other option would have been the Silverhand Knight.
The Frost Wolves stand ready.
Okay, Sprint is not bad. The Patient Assassin I like, and so I think what we may do is Patient Assassin, Defias, and Raid Leader. The Raid Leader isn't going to get his value, though. Will he ever, is a question. We could put down the Silverhand Knight and a Defias. That's also quite strong. Yeah, let's do that. Let's fill up the board.
Squire, attend me.
Yeah, beat it.
And suddenly, there's 5 creatures on the board. And now we get to see how many Lightning Storms he drafted. Okay, so he's going to be very efficient here as well.
Drink with me, friend.
Wow. He drafted 2 different Youthful Brewmasters. Okay, no, he has a very strong draft. No kidding. Wow. Okay, so we can faceless the Fire Elemental, which I think is not a bad idea. And if we do that, then we can do the Raid Leader and trade with everybody. Yeah, okay. I'm satisfied. Now the other thing we could do is Shattered Sun Cleric. The Shattered Sun Cleric, though, won't get a lot of value out of anything right at the moment. So we are going to do the Raid Leader, so that we can use our 3 inferior creatures to trade.
You insist.
Now, if he has Hex, he would use it here. Next turn will be Sprint and Patient Assassin, I think. Oh wow, okay.
Join or die, or both.
Huh. Well, let's do Sprint. I am going to stick with the plan. And, yeah, I like this. So, we're going to put down the Direwolf, and I guess we will trade with the Earth Elemental. And we'll trade with the Cult Master, too.
Hit it very hard.
Reason being, next turn we have Deadly Poison, followed by the Blood Sails. We can basically dump our hand again, which is good. And we can put him on both sides of the Direwolf. So if he doesn't have an answer like a Lightning Storm, we will have a very scary force on the board.
The Frost Wolves stand ready.
Okay. So Shattered Sun Cleric and Backstab here is good. But let's count the mana here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. That's actually perfect. Yep. Now actually the other thing we could do is Backstab and take it out myself. And then buff up the Direwolf. Yeah, I do actually like that better.
We must cleanse the Sunwell. Here we go.
So that for the Shaman is a scary board, unless he has a Lightning Storm in his hand. Because right now we have 18 damage on the board. This is a 2-turn kill. And something tells me that if he had Lightning Storm, he would use it. He would have already used it.
I wonder.
Pay attention, class.
Yep, okay, good. So we can Fan of Knives here for card cycle, which I think we're going to do. We can also Knife Juggler and Scarlet Crusader, or Knife Juggler, Patient Assassin, and hope that it hits the smaller of the minions.
Put this apple on your head.
Because if it hits the Violet Teacher, then
Go ahead.
we can take it out with the Hero.
Here we go.
Perfect. Now, do we need to kill that? Yes, I think is the answer, because Wind Fury and Rockbiter means we're dead. And he could certainly be holding those. And it's not a lot... actually, let's do this instead. It's not a lot to ask for that to happen. We're going to hold back the Scarlet Crusader, just because of he may be able to clear all of this if he has a Lightning Storm, if he top decks one.
Don't mess with Tusker.
Okay.
You gotta be kidding me!
Alright, so it looks very much like he doesn't have much. Kill the Direwolf here, I guess. Or no, I guess we'll kill the 6/3. Okay, so Big Game Hunter is, we've never had to use it before, but this is a great time to do so. And, hang on, do we win? 7-10. Oh, we don't win, but we actually do. Very good. Great. 10 wins. I wouldn't have said this one could go quite this far. But that's a nice looking key. But let's keep going, see how far we get. I would love to get 12. I'll confess to YouTube I've actually never gotten 12 arena runs before, or 12 arena wins. In fact, I think the highest I've ever gotten is 10. And so anything beyond this is news to me, is good. Okay, another shaman. We've had a lot of shamans this run.
Watch your back.
Okay, so we don't have the coin for the beautiful Defias Ringleader, but we do have Backstab, so we're going to keep that. The likelihood that he'll play a totem is very high, so Backstab Defias Ringleader is not a terrible play. Normally you would want to save your Backstab for something better than a totem, but not bad. We can also do Dagger, Deadly Poison, Bloodsail, which is also just fine. In fact, I think we're going to default to that play.
It's time for a little blood.
Yep, certainly will.
Here we go.
Very, very scary on turn 3 to have a 5-3 on the table.
Don't mess with us.
Okay, I might do a very dumb thing and backstab here for the sole purpose of coining out, for comboing out the Defias Ringleader. We're gonna do this.
Here we go.
But I think I actually am so interested in getting early game tempo. Is that too greedy? This is a very greedy play, but we're gonna do it. That is betting on the fact that he does not have a Lightning Storm. We do have follow-ups too, of course. We have the Stranglethorn Tiger as a good follow-up, so even if he does, it's not catastrophic. He's gonna hex it, okay. Wow.
One shot, one.
Elven Archer value.
Here we go.
Yeah, we're gonna play the Tiger here.
You looking at me?
Farsight. Okay, that is a very RNG card. Yeah, okay. That's an example of a card that is generally a bad idea to draft in Arena. Sure, he'll get a card out of me. Actually, he won't. We're going to Fan of Knives this and use the dagger for card cycle. And yeah, I'm just gonna get daggers. I'm gonna keep the big game hunter back. Okay. Nice big taunt. That is not worth Faceless Manipulator, but it sort of feels like it is. That's also a very good candidate for a silence. That said, if we don't silence it, we can put out the Argent Commander.
So many options.
So I think I will. We're gonna clear and do this instead.
Here we go.
And now we actually have lethal on the board. So if he doesn't taunt or kill all of my creatures, or some of them, he's dead. Forked Lightning. Sure. It's the two least valuable minions. Fire Elemental. Sure. Okay. So Faceless Manipulator on the Argent Commander is a strong option. I don't have a good follow-up to that, though. That'll take him down to 3, and then I'll take him down to 2. And I guess we'll put down the, the big game hunter. Although, I do want to keep that in case of something like an Earth Elemental, so I guess we'll put down the Swamp Ooze, because the weapon will be irrelevant at this point.
Here we go.
Truth is my shield.
Okay, Sunwalker. Much better than an Earth Elemental. But, alas,
Well played.
it is all for nothing. There you go. Perfect, so 11 wins.
Valera.
Okay, so the final boss is the
You
mage.
asked for it. What?
Unsurprisingly, Mage is sort of the king, well, I suppose the queen of Arena. Let's hope for a Defias ringleader to get us off to a good start. Well, we still have the Swamp Ooze, which we can coin out. It's not a bad way to start.
Hello. The pleasure is mine.
Okay, Mana Worm. Yep, so we'll coin out the Acidic Swamp Ooze. We could have done daggers, and gotten out the Bloodsail, but this is good too. Okay, so we're gonna trade here, it seems. Oh, okay, we're not. Gonna get the extra damage in. This presents a dilemma. Well, we're gonna do this. But, he's gonna hero power that next turn. So do we get in 3 damage or do we take out her creature? Let's take it out, let's be safe. Safety first. A secret. So is that mirror entity? And I think the answer is probably yes. If it is mirror entity, we could give her the useless minion in the form of a raid leader. Yeah, let's give her the raid leader.
Handle it!
Perfect.
Handle it!
Here
So
we go.
we're just going to trade the raid leader into it next turn. So I'm not concerned there. South Sea Deckhand. As a mage, there is absolutely no reason to have ever drafted the South Sea Deckhand. So we will do this.
Here we go.
Nice and easy, and we'll take this out. South Sea Deckhand. Now, in retrospect, I did a stupid thing there. I took 1 more damage than I needed to. I should have used the raid leader to kill it off first. Okay, so I think the reasonable choice here is the Stormpike Commando. You could also use the Owl to Silence, but I like to use that later on. So we will hit,
Here we go.
and we will Stormpike Commando. Blizzard. Okay. That's sort of encouraging, because I feel as though that is an overreaction. And if it's an overreaction, it means a number of things. It could also mean that she just doesn't have very much to do. So I think we're going to put up the taunt this turn, and next turn we will put up the Assassin's Blade and the Bloodsail. Now, in retrospect, I actually would have put up the Tiger there instead of the taunt, but that's okay. They'll both functionally the same thing. The Tiger will just be harder to get rid of in the first go. Okay, so we will Assassin's Blade, Bloodsail. Now the question is, do we actually try to take that out? And I don't think we do.
I'll take it.
Simply because I think mages don't have much to buff. The worst she can do is polymorph or get rid of my taunt some way, and then hit me with the water elemental. Best case scenario, she uses it to attack the taunt.
The Frost Wolves stand ready.
Yep, that's great. I wish I had a means of doing just the 1 damage, but... So I think another Bloodsail Raider is certainly on the docket. And then probably the Tiger?
X marks the spot.
And we will trade here, and I don't like to do this, but I think I will, because it will prevent her from easily trading with the Bloodsail. No, I can't use my weapon next turn, but if I get Blade Flurry, I can use that just fine. It's your Blade Master. Interesting. Okay. That's interesting. I wonder if she couldn't facelessly manipulate the Tiger. Okay. So I think we're going to facelessly manipulate the Tiger. Now now hold on a minute. We should probably heal ourselves.
I wonder.
And if we Iron Beak Owl this, it's not a threat. I can do 10 damage to her this turn. Yeah, you know what? We're gonna put out the Yeti. And we're gonna play it safe. We're gonna heal ourselves. And we're going to attack her right in the face. She has a lot of clearing work to do. If she has Flame Strike, this will be good. For her, that is. That'll be bad for us. But otherwise, she's gonna have to do a lot of work. In fact, she might just lose.
True Northrend!
Wow, okay. Does she mean to race? Huh.
You win.
Oh no. Okay, well, perfect. That's great, we got 12 wins. 12 and 2. That's great, that's my first time doing that. The wonderful, sunshiny key. Let's see what we get. Okay. So, Golden Holy Wrath, which will immediately be disenchanted, and lots of gold in a pack. Great. So, let's see what we got. Oh, at least an epic. And a rare. This is above average pack.
Rare. Golden epic.
Oh, a golden epic Gladiator's Longbow. Wow, that's cool. Great. Well, thanks so much for watching, guys, and like and subscribe if you'd like more Arena. And I'll see you guys next time.